thing I like most in this world, it would be pirates, always plundering treasure and selling the seven seas.
Glad you brought that up, Demon, as today's two combatants are primary examples of what a pirate should be. Most of the time.
Most of the time?
Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay then, Monkey D. Luffy, the stretchy-powered Straw Hat Pirate from One Piece.
And King K. Rool, the dastardly reptilian rival of local banana hoarder Donkey Kong.
I'm Demon and he's Archer.
And it's our job to analyze these characters to their fullest, to see who would win when these two fictional characters collide.
Throughout the course of time, there was a legend about a long-lost treasure. Its values unimaginable in locations unknown.
Oh, you must be talking about the One Piece.
No, I'm talking about the treasure actually named One Piece, not the series itself.
But I meant the treasure.
One Piece?
Yeah, that one.
Stop talking about the series itself, Archer.
But the actual treasure's name is One Piece.
Stop fucking with me, Archer.
You confuse me a lot.
Thank you. You see, everyone kinda went a bit ape shit once hearing about the legend and the venture to try and seek the treasure out, leading to the story of Luffy the Monkey.
Inspired by the legend, and also this guy called Shanks, Luffy sought out not to only become a pirate, but to be king over all of them by finding One Piece first.
Huh. The kid's got dreams.
However, a bunch of, inconveniences happened before Luffy could leave all on his own.
Oh, like how that Shanks guy sacrificed his arm to save Luffy from a Sea King, ate a devil fruit that caused him to gain stretchy powers but makes him unable to swim, and having to wait till he was 17 to finally set out.
Yeah, those.
But hey, Shanks gave Luffy his hat before the start of the Luffy's adventure, so that's a plus.
Despite these inconveniences, Luffy now only had one goal in mind, finding One Piece and making a bunch of friends along the way, forming the Straw Hat Pirates.
Were they named the Straw Hats because of Luffy's signature hat?
I mean, it's kinda obvious, Demon.
Oh. Luffy better give that Shanks guy his fucking hat back.
And in order to seek out the One Piece while simultaneously leading his crew, he has some less than stellar abilities that make him a formidable foe.
Remember that devil fruit? Well, it turns out that a devil fruit in One Piece universe somehow contains some random superpower. If you eat that fruit, you also get the superpower. How? Why? But dude, I know.
And fortunately, or unfortunately, however you look at it, the devil fruit that Luffy ate turned out to be a gum-gum fruit. A fruit that grants the person to become rubber. A rubber human, you can say.
Rubber? Seriously?
Hey, just be happy Luffy didn't eat something like the Awa Awa, or better known as a Bubble Bubble fruit.
What does that do?
Allows you to manipulate soap and create bubbles.
Okay, good point. But imagine Luffy shooting bubbles at his enemies. Take that, scoundrels! I'm the true king of the pirates! Bubble powers! Go!
Bubble powers that he doesn't, and never should have, aside, Luffy is well experienced in the fighting style known as Rokushiki, martial arts style designed specifically for superhumans that allows Luffy to keep up with just about anyone.
This goes in tandem with his rubber powers, which allows Luffy to inflate or stretch certain parts of his body for a number of effects.
Such as being able to stretch his legs to reach high places, extend his arms to punch foes at a distance, and even inflate his body to become a balloon.
It also gives Luffy some impressive durability shit as well, being able to shake off blunt attacks and even bullets like they're nothing.
Too bad you can still be affected by swords and knives.
It's rather inconsistent at times, but it does protect him from electricity at least.
Oh yeah, due to being made out of rubber and rubber being an insulator, he's an electric type's worst nightmare.
Luffy's gotten so used to his power, he even created a bunch of techniques that help him make for an amazing offensive.
Such as his signature attack, the Gum Gum Pistol, in which he winds up his arm and delivers an extended punch, powerful enough to knock out a small Sea King. He can even use the Gum Gum Twin Pistol, which is the same attack, but now he does it with 2 arms instead of 1.
That's nothing compared to the Gum Gum No Gatling attack, an attack similar to the Ora Ora Ora, where he punches the enemy multiple times, delivering a massive barrage of blows. The Gum Gum No Stamp Gatling is similar, but Luffy now does it with his legs.
But hey, if he needs to go head-on, he uses the Gum Gum No Bell, where he wraps his limbs around the opponents and headbutts them for major damage. And with the Gum Gum No Ami, Luffy forms his hands into a net of sorts, which can then be used to trap enemies.
The Gum Gum Whip allows Luffy to take on multiple enemies of a single kick, and Gum Gum Balloon is what allows Luffy to turn into that balloon thing as stated before. This also allows to tank through hit attacks and even redirect cannonballs.
And for the last of these techniques is the Gum Gum no Rocket, allows Luffy to travel far distances in a short amount of time and can even be used offensively. The Gum Gum no UFO is an attack in which he spins his legs so fast, he flies into the air like a UFO.
So, does that explain every UFO sighting? This is just a pirate boy spinning his legs very fast?
I very much doubt that, Demon, but whatever.
And the Gumo does not exist.
Thank you.
Dang, pirates and their spinny tricks.
In order to supplement this wide array of attacks, Luffy also has access to a thing called Haki, a mysterious power in the One Piece universe that gives the user a couple nifty abilities.
In Luffy's case, he has been to know all three variations of it. The Kenbon Shuko Haki, which gives him a sixth sense, allowing him to protect attacks. The Busho Shuko Haki, which allows one to use their spirit to either defend or enhance their attacks with. And the Hasho Shuko Haki is the rarest kind of Haki, allowing Luffy to use their sheer willpower alone to overpower strong opponents.
Is this another power of friendship type thing again?
Kinda. But not really. It's similar, but I guess it is. It's like some Green Lantern using friendship power or whatever they call fairy tale, I don't know.
Well, whatever the case, Luffy is able to use this Haki in conjunction with his stretchy powers to amplify his abilities even more. For example, he can upgrade Gatling attack into the Bosu Kuka Gum Gum no Gatling, the same attack, but this time his arms are covered in Haki, making the attack much stronger.
Oh, there's also the Buso Koka Bullet, which is Luffy's regular bullet technique, but it's also coated in Haki, making it hit harder and dealing almost twice the damage the original attack could deal. It's also better than all of his other powers as it doesn't have Gum Gum in the name.
It also sucks for Luffy's enemies as he can coat himself in an invisible shield of Haki, protecting him from attacks that he wouldn't normally see coming.
Heck, his Haki allows Luffy to harm elemental Logia users, characters who are nigh impossible to beat due to them being invincible.
That seems too much like a plot contrivance.
Still, pretty impressive considering how strong they are in universe.
Plus, Luffy's Sixth Sense Haki thing allows him to predict opponents much easier if his opponent has a killing intent. And it allows him to sense where a person is as well, even if they are out of eyesight or can't be seen by normal means.
And Luffy's friendship Haki is even able to dominate the willpower of other opponents. How? I don't know. At this point, this guy doesn't make any sense. I guess his friendship power is just better than other people's friendship power because of their friendly power of their friendly friendship. Why am I still talking about friendship? Because this character makes no main sense because he's a freaking main character for a Shonen Jump anime.
But that's not all, folks. You see, despite Luffy not being an expert with Kanbun Shuku Haki, he is apparently so skilled at it he can see into the future.
Okay, I could buy the other stuff, but this is getting ridiculous. How many plot conveniences does main characters have?
Well, it's not as bad as you think. As seen in recent chapters, Luffy hasn't mastered this and can only briefly see into the future. He also can't activate it at will. In fact, sometimes him being distracted by suddenly seeing the future can even open him up for attacks. Although, as said earlier, we don't know Luffy's full capabilities with his power yet.
That's better, I guess. We done here?
You thought we were done? Oh no, we ain't. If I were a betting man, I'd bet you $5 that Luffy has some, super form due to this being a horse apples shonen.
Dang it, that's another $5, 14 cents, and 7 pennies from my 48 hot pocket. How could you, man?
See? Perfect betting man right here. Oh, and Luffy's attacks become so strong that his limbs literally turn black when performing some type of super attack. How does that even work?
I'll get you back for this, Archer. Just you wait. As long as we don't forget this happened when scripting the next episode. But yes, it's true. Luffy is able to enhance his attacks by entering these gear modes. They basically act as your typical super form, buffing his stats and make him pretty freaking strong.
They even come with special techniques as well. For example, when in second gear, Luffy can perform the Gum Gum Red Hawk, an attack where Luffy combines his Haki to unleash a fist wrapped in fire. Said fire being strong enough to burn even underwater, which would need to burn around 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Plus, all of Luffy's normal techniques are buffed up in this form as well. However, now Jet is added at the start of all of them, maybe to emphasize how strong they become now.
Other than embedding his attacks with fire, is there any other benefits while in second gear?
He indeed does! After unlocking second gear, Luffy gained access to the Shuro Shove technique, in which he kicks at the ground 10 times in the blink of an eye, propelling himself short distances really quickly.
Wait, he kicks the ground 10 times in the blink of an eye? Holy crap!
But even second gear ain't enough. Luffy was eventually able to upgrade the conventionally named third gear, a mode which builds up upon the improvement made by second gear.
Let me guess, do all of his techniques now get a name such as Gigant at the front of them instead of Jet?
Yeah?
Wait, really? But that's dumb!
You know what's not dumb? The technique he unlocked with third gear, such as the Horde Fusion! A technique where Luffy bites down on his thumb to the bone and then inflates himself, creating a tight defense, which is sturdier than his usual balloon technique.
He bites himself to the bone. What is with this guy?
Don't forget about the Gum Gum no Elephant Gatling, where Luffy bows his arms with the Bosto Shuko Haki and delivers a faster flurry of Stronger, which are stronger than the original attack. It's so fast it creates the illusion of having multiple arms.
But how about his Gum Gum no Grizzly Magnum, an attack where Luffy hardens his arms, launches them back, and then flings them at the opponent, delivering a powerful strike with both open palms.
But Paul, that is good. Luffy still has one more mode. Fourth gear.
Kill it with fire!
That's just so wrong.
Well, fourth gear is Luffy's strongest form, and while powerful, puts a massive strain on his body.
He now has access to his techniques such as the Gomo Gomo no Reiner Schneider, in which Luffy presses both legs into his body before launching himself forward with a double kick.
Remember his Gum Gum no Pistol move? Well, his Gum Gum no Culverin is more or less the same, except Luffy can now redirect the attack wherever he wants without any loss of momentum. A much neat improvement.
And his Gum Gum no Kong Gun allows Luffy to compress his arm into his body before unleashing a devastating attack capable of annihilating any foe.
But what about Luffy's strongest attack?
Oh yes! The Gum Gum no King Kong Gun. If we ignore the obvious breach of copyright using King Kong's name, Luffy strikes forward with a punch so strong that was able to knock out the warlord Doflamingo and level an entire island.
The boxer that punched the bull over a stadium?
That's Don Flamenco, not Don Flamingo.
Oh right. Anyways, island? Jeez, kinda getting insane over here.
Plus, it's estimated to be stronger, like around island level stronger.
Lastly, he's got this technique, Geppo, a move where Luffy does a kick mid-air, which is so strong, it propels him to the point that it looks like he's flying. Yikes. Finally, let's get into the feats, since we're running low on time here.
Well, for one, he defeated Hold'em and Don Flamingo with somewhat ease, and these guys are some of the most strongest opponents he faced. He's taken out squads of pirates on his own from multiple groups also.
He's been hit by people who can casually destroy towns and cities and has been fine, and some people who can equal to island and small country as well, and fought against Cadillari, who's around island themselves, but he needed mainly second and third gear to do it.
But don't forget this, people, he was tired and weakened during the fight as well, but it's still highly impressive to beat one of the strongest people in your world, and he can see into the future way better than Luffy as well.
Now to end this.
What about weaknesses?
Do you want to drag Luffy's analysis or what?
But it's kind of important to list both, don't you think?
But look how long this video is already! We already have almost 20 minutes on the recording! It's basically becoming the One Piece anime at this point!
Oh, I am not okay with you saying that our series is going over 700 episodes!
Well, with the amount of characters you're bringing back, you might as well!
Oh, you just did not go there!
Oh yes, I did!
Wanna go, Red Man?
That's Red Archer to you!
Sorry, can we put a, outro clip here? Yep, that'll do. Yeah, thanks. Yep, that's good. Guess that'll do.
Sometimes, you just need to go back. Go back and re-enjoy the classics that made games what it is today.
Not to ruin your sentimental moment or whatever, but What does this have to do with anything?
Well, Archer, I am referring to one of Nintendo's first ever video games here, so...
You must be talking about Donkey Kong, one of the most iconic video game characters of all time.
Part of the reason why Nintendo is still here today, people.
But after Nintendo decided to separate Mario and Donkey Kong into two different series, someone had to take the mantle of villain in order to stand up against the banana-hoarding antics of Donkey Kong.
Well, before the days of Hypnotic, Tiki Mask, and Penguin Viking anyways.
Wait, hypnotic tiki masks? Penguin Vikings? I have so many questions.
I won't explain it later.
In typical demon fashion, just like always.
Thanks, buddy, and who could be better to fit the role of villain more than the crocodilian mastermind himself, King K. Rool.
King K. Rool is the arch-rival of Donkey Kong, and tends to show up in many more games than in any of Kong's lesser-known villains. That's what makes him the arch-rival. Yep.
King K. Rool, known for ruling over the Kremlins, a fearful pirate gang filled with crocodiles that just love plundering the seven seas.
But more importantly, they tend to gain their power through the use of bananas.
Yeah, wait, what?
Seriously, King K. Rool and the Kremlins always love going after DK's banana horde for whatever reason. Even going as far to try to steal the crystal banana, a powerful energy source so strong that it has the potential to destroy the entire world.
Huh? That kind of makes sense now, but why do they continue trying to steal the rest of Donkey Kong's banana horde?
I don't know, banana fetish? Maybe they don't like eating the little gray parts on their own bananas, so they go to steal Donkey Kong's? Who knows?
Banana fetish. Right. But in order to combat the Kongs and their wacky abilities, King K. Rool is packing some rather strange abilities.
For example, his entire body.
Wait, why?
Well, Demon, he's a big heavyweight fighter armed with sharp teeth, deadly claws, and eyes so intense they could probably rival Luigi's death stare.
Holy shit. Oh, hi is this guy? Or is that just him all the time because those eyes are suggesting he's in poor health?
Crazy eyes aside, King K. Rool can either bite down on an enemy, swipe at them with his claws, or simply crush them if they dare try anything near him.
Hey, don't be surprised if he tries ramming you with the force of his entire body. They're going to leave a pretty hefty mark. King DDD can actually vouch for that.
Or he just goes full-on Goro and tries stomping you by jumping into the air before coming back down hard, crushing any unlucky sucker caught underneath and somehow causing the screen to shake in the process.
That's if they get close to him, which isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do thanks to his crown. King K can plop it off his head and throw it like a boomerang, returning to him after a set amount of time.
Don't you love having a physics-defying, handy-dandy boomerang carried alongside you at all times?
That's pretty handy. One thing, why did he choose a crown?
No clue, but that's not all he's packing. He also has his trusty blunderbuss, which can fire giant frickin' cannonballs. If that's not enough, he shoots spiky variations, shoot barrels as well for some reason, and even status-affecting gases.
Just has one that can reverse an opponent's movement, make them move very slowly, freezing them in place, and other things.
And for some reason, it also has a personal vacuum, allowing him to suck up and shoot up things such as those cannonballs.
He also has a number of different inventions, such as the cloaking device, which turns him invisible. This makes it hard for his enemies to track it, and allows Rool to get the jump on unsuspecting prey, even if his shadow is still there.
Don't forget about his copter pack, which allows him to fly and attack from the sky. How it can hold his weight, however, is something science will never be able to answer.
Rool also seems to be very fond of boxing, and dons a pair of boxing gloves whenever he needs to punch the living shit out of something. And once again, considering his weight, hit from him is going to hurt.
He has the Gangplank Galleon, a sweet pirate ship he and the Kremlins use to assault other lanes that is strong enough to level DK's island because, why not?
Makes for a kick-ass theme too.
Sure. If his pirate ship ain't enough, he also has his personalized, mechanicalized Crocodile Idol, which he somehow turned into a mobile base of operations. Oh, that's not good enough for you? Did we forget to mention the Blastomatic, a laser weapon so strong it's also capable of destroying DK Island in one blast?
But he outed his pirate ship, the thing that kind of makes him, well, you know, a pirate.
Luckily, King K. Rool can become a pirate with his Captain K. Rool persona. In this costume, he goes around acting like a real pirate, where he can temporarily become invisible and become enraged and can also teleport? What? When did...
Oh, what about the time he became Rollenstein, in which he can shoot out blasts of electricity, small bombs, plus he has access to his own personal submarine, which allows electric beams, and also the cannon capable of firing fireballs.
Or as previously stated, he can become a boxer and, well, punch things.
Don't forget about the time he joined DK and his friends in an epic game of baseball wearing an Egyptian outfit. That was a thing, people.
He's not a good master of disguise, it seems.
Hey, at least Rollenstein persona is pretty useful.
But there is one more trick up King K. Rool's sleeve. If he ever has access to the mighty crystal banana, he can tap into it in order to use its ultimate power.
With it, he turns it to the size of a goddamn island, and that's not even half of it. King Rool can manipulate the weather, breathe fire, shoot meteors down from the sky as well.
Not to mention it gives Rool a pretty massive strength boost. Sure, he becomes really slow and easy to hit, but that doesn't matter when he gains these godlike powers.
Yeah, this was one of the few times that he wasn't a totally blundering idiot and made DK go out on him. Plus, with that incredible size, he can stomp onto the ground to make shockwaves, and he can easily traverse the battlefield with ease, despite how slow he walks.
This guy is actually incredibly smart, once being able to build a robot out of his wife's kitchen utensils, and have everyone believe the robot was the new leader of the Kremlings.
Out of his wife's kitchen utensils. Okay, that sure is, unique.
He's even managed to get the jump on the Kongs at some point. For example, being able to kick the Kongs from their island multiple times, kidnapping both Diddy and Donkey Kong at one point, and somehow keeping the Kremlings in line despite how dumb they can be.
Plus, also at the same time, he's really dumb at some points. So dumb, in fact, the guy actually believed Brooks had braids at one point in the Donkey Kong Country cartoon.
We do not mention that show. Despite a few songs that were a little bit good, it wasn't a good experience. Also, leave that to their weaknesses.
Okay then.
Next up, King K. Rool has on numerous occasions kept up with and even beaten the muscular Donkey Kong. And remember, Donkey Kong was strong enough to punch a giant moon out of orbit, which was calculated to be around country level of force. And since Rool has taken multiple beatings and even overpowered DK in many games such as DK Country 2 and 3, we think the scaling is reasonably fair.
Then in the somewhat decent DS game, Rool has fought DK twice with the second encounter which made DK go all out on him. And then the king used the crystal banana. Not only that, he tanked a fully charged punch from DK, which launched him outside of his station, and down to the isles with almost no injury at one point. Whenever a giant punch from DK was able to punch a freaking moon out of orbit, so...
Not to mention, he also took a beating from the whole Kong family as well as Funky Kong's rocket launcher from close range.
Or his fight against Diddy and Dixie. Man, this is one tough crocodile. Because crocodiles are tough, even though they are.
But again, this guy has one glaring weakness. For one, while he is extremely smart, he is really incompetent. He often underestimates his enemy's abilities, and he can be quite cocky. I mean, his cloaking device still leaves his shadow on the ground. And that was the second version. The first one didn't even do that. He actually downgraded his technology for no reason.
To add on to that, King Rool is still, how do you say it, demented. He always thinking of bad shit, crazy ideas, which fail half the time, and this craziness hampers his fighting capacity.
It really is those eyes, I knew it.
He's not the smartest guy around despite being able to make all this incredible stuff.
But other than being a bit beforehand in the head, he doesn't have any other notable weaknesses.
While King K. Rool might seem like a slouch, don't let that fool you. The insane, intelligent, and strong Croc will stop at nothing until he gets every last banana from DK's banana horde, for some fucking reason. Okay, the combatants are set. It's time to settle this.
It's time for these two fictional characters to collide.
Fight!
Archer? It seems we had to piss off another fan base today. Yay!
Check that one off the list. Anyway, this was a surprisingly even matchup at first. While King K. Rool held most of the advantages, such as intelligence and versatility, however, their durability and strength feats posed major problems.
Yeah. Since Luffy's body is completely invulnerable to most types of attacks, King K. Rool didn't have any way to permanently kill Luffy.
But Demon, Luffy was still affected by knives and gunshot wounds. Doesn't that make him not invulnerable, you may ask?
Well, that's simple, Archer. Really bad plot inconsistencies would be unfair to count due to them being, well, inconsistencies.
On the contrary, however, Luffy did not have any way to permanently end King K. Rool either. King K. Rool simply has way more advantages over Luffy that, well, made it impossible for Luffy to kill him, as I just said.
King K. Rool has traded blows with country-level Donkey Kong, is surprisingly fast and agile, being able to leap over Gangplank Island in mere seconds, and Rool's even wide array of weapons will surely be enough to keep up with all of Luffy's techniques.
With no way to kill each other in base form, this fight would no doubt end their respectable final forms, and this is where things turn south for Luffy.
Fourth gear is impressive, sure, and we're able to destroy an entire islands in one hit, but that's what's his strongest form. There's no way he could do that when in first gear, or second gear, or third, or fifth, which I think doesn't even exist, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen soon. And don't get us wrong, Luffy has speed advantage over King K. Rool, but that's mainly all he has against him.
K. Rool, on the other hand, has matched the power of Donkey Kong, someone who knocked a moon out of orbit with one punch. King K. Rool was able to keep up with Donkey Kong and even outsmart him in base forms. Plus, King K. Rool has the Blastomatic and Gangplank Galleon basically all the time, easily putting him at island level without any sort of super form.
What we're getting at here is, 4th gear Luffy only helps level out the playing field while fighting against base King K. Rool. Unfortunately for Luffy, King K. Rool has the Crystal Banana.
Crystal Banana helps boost King K. Rool's already impressive stats and allows him to gain access to a whole boatload of abilities, like weather manipulation, fire breath, meteors, and all that jazz. Well, no, he can't actually play jazz, but that would be so cool.
Plus, Rool grows to the size of an island while under the influence of the Crystal Banana. Sure, Luffy will be able to hit with much easier and much more often in this form, but Rool's already insane durability will surely be enough to keep him in the game. Luffy will be lucky to even push Rool 1 inch, and that's a small measurement.
And just like regular rubber, Luffy is still prone to sharp objects. He's not gonna like that this giant King K. Rool still has those giant claws, feet, and biting power that can affect Luffy. Things that weren't looking well for the so-called Pirate King, who sucks at his job and might be about 700 episodes too far into his journey for anyone to care.
Luffy still has to deal with the other shit that King K. Rool has to throw at him alongside himself. With that amount of crap to avoid and fend off, Luffy is going to end up getting distracted, giving King K. Rool the opening he needs to win.
4th gear will certainly give King K. Rool some trouble, but due to its massive strain it puts on Luffy's body, combined with the stress of dealing with Rool and his crazy abilities, there will be no doubt that Luffy will exhaust all of his power, leaving himself open to the King's wrath.
Also, since people will ask, Luffy's future vision, sorry to say, won't help much here.
While this would extend the fight and would help Luffy dodge K. Rool's attacks much better, you have to remember Luffy can't control when the visions activate, so there's a chance that they won't even activate at all.
Lastly, what's stopping King K. Rool from just tossing Luffy into the body of water, drowning him, especially when he's giant? Aside from Rool not knowing his weaknesses?
While Luffy's rubber body, impressive speed, and gears kept him in the fight, Rool's impressive strength, durability, intelligence, and over-the-top Crystal Banana ultimately gave him the win.
Looks like Luffy won't be coming back in one piece anytime soon.
Looks like the Rool was the true king of this battle, okay?
I guess Luffy rubbed Rool the wrong way.
I could have seen this outcome coming.
Rool's victory was just too cool.
Looks like Luffy just walked the gangplank.
I pirated the chances of Rool winning this very high.
This matchup was just too King K. cruel for Luffy.
You know what? That's enough for the day.
I agree. This victory is Gum Gum going to King K. Rool. I mean, the winner is King K. Rool.
Next time on Fictional Characters Collide.